Peace on Earth, Ethan Indigo Smith here. I wanted to explore the difference between freedom and liberty. Freedom is the ability to do whatever one wants. Liberty is the constraints of such base format. Uh, when one engages in freedom, you can do whatever you want, including punching someone in the head. You're free to do so. There may very well be repercussions, including being punched back. Um, and institutions take freedom to attack other institutions, as we see in the many state wars currently, one happening. One will be happening again when this one's done. But these institutions that take freedom to do so, individuals might take the freedom to punch another individual, for instance. And the idea that people say that there's not a difference between liberty and freedom, that's fine. But I would say that they are poorly educated and they are free to remain so. That is freedom. Liberty really requires a whole other level of respect. This is not necessarily just my idea. It's very much the founding fathers of the United States ideas too. The poor education will lead you into understanding and pursuing freedom as the hallmark of being, when it is certainly more so liberty, right? Liberty requires responsibility. Freedom, it does not. It is literally whatever the F you want it to be. Um, and you'll see people that exhibit and endorse freedom are usually people that don't want liberty because liberty is for all. Freedom is for whoever you say it is. You're free to get as educated as you might be, and you're free to um, bestow this on to whoever you might feel the emotional attachment to do so, and restrict it from others too for the same reasons, usually emotionally based, obviously not well thought out. So freedom is literally stupid. Free, dumb. Liberty requires respect for individuals. It's so people rocking these freedom shirts, like they really exhibiting the quality of freedom. And it is very much akin to the idea of, in our poorly educated American society and the world beyond that, the idea that people endorse, if they don't overtly vocalize it or think it, they endorse this idea of the poorly educated. Do as thou wilt. And this is not Crowley's idea. It's not that simple. Um, and so the poorly educated will say, well, yeah, do as thou wilt. I'll do whatever I want. Yeah. If you're practicing freedom, that's what you do. Liberty, totally different. So actually, if you look into it more, it's more complicated than that, just that one sentence. Educate yourself to be in alignment with the universe and really understand what you truly are and what your true self is, and get everything else that might be in your way shifted and broken off and rejected, and get all the obtuse away, and then do as thou wilt. Only when you're educated spiritually and so forth, and only when you've really shed all these shallow and hollow ideas that you might be adopting, only then can you do as thou wilt, because only then will you be your true self. Otherwise, you're just you're just practicing base freedom. And this is really what might is right. This is what humanity has been practicing majority of time for the majority of places, right? So to really step one's game up. We got to understand what our true will is and really endorse liberty for all. And again, if you're practicing freedom, you're free to think this way. But people that have the idea and the sentiment and the expression where they quote unquote say, I don't care, this is the freedom type of thinking, right? To care is to elevate, right? To care about what's going on physically elevates it quite a bit. To care about what's going on beyond that, how does that elevate things? So we're not even, mostly people aren't even there to that secondary phase, but we have to care. Freedom really produces a group that does not care, except for an exclusive. Liberty is for all. It's like love in equanimity. It's like the golden rule in political state endorsement, as best as these institutions ever offer or can offer. So there's a big difference between freedom and liberty, and there's a big difference between educated and uneducated will. So I hope this was valuable to people. Check out my books. I'll put them below, as the saying goes. Peace.